Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So today I'm going to do a kiss pour on a long canvas again. So my 3 kisses, I'm using assortment of colours. I'm going to use warm colours and cool colours. So first of all, I'm going to get my 3 cups ready and we will do the purple side first. So these are light purple, normal purple, and purple with a bit of black. So 20 grams paint, 40 grams floetrol for both of these. This one is 16 grams purple, 4 grams black, and then 40 grams floetrol. So we are going to do 2 layers. So first, just put the bottom layer in. Do your bottom layer a little bit more smaller, which I actually don't think I've done, but usually I try to put less paint in the bottom layer and more in the second layer. Now we are going to go the purple. And then we're going to go the dark purple. Then we're going to go back to the light one. So there's not a lot of paint in these. The cups are probably a little bit big for what I'm doing, but that's okay. Definitely did the first layer heavier than the second layer, which I should have done in reverse order. The first layer should always be lighter, like less paint in there, and your second layer have more, just because it will come out the opposite direction. But it's art. It kind of just go with the flow. And now the darker one. So I'm not adding any metallics into this one. I'm just doing straight colors. And try to keep these 3 cups relatively even with the amount of paint that's in them. So I'm going to move my next colours up, so I've got space for these. Now the next 3 colours are yellow, I think it's medium yellow, orange, and then I've made a ready orange by using orange with brilliant red added. So again, when I say 20 grams paint, 40 grams floetrol, the yellow was a lot thinner, so that's probably got a little bit more paint to floetrol, and same with that, because that was half orange in there, there's a little bit more paint to floetrol, but it's average. It works out about 20 grams paint, 40 grams floetrol. So some paints are thinner, it's just how they are. If anything, the orange actually still feels a little bit thin. And I have 2 cups of black, that will be the base coat, and they are both, each cup has got 30 grams paint, 60 grams floetrol, and 7 grams water. I made them a tiniest little bit thinner, but in saying that, they actually don't feel a lot thinner, but I did add a little bit of water just to make them glide a little bit more better. So orange and purples work well together. The hardest part is you don't want orange and purple to overmix, because it will make a browny mud colour. So the kiss paws kind of don't mix a lot. There's a little bit of mixing, but not a lot. So it should actually turn out quite alright. And it doesn't matter if there's a couple of drips on the canvas, because the black base will end up covering that up anyway. I'm going to scrape the paint into this first cup because that's a little bit lower than the other one. So again, try to keep your cups even amount of paint. It will just make it easier when you're doing the actual kiss paw. So that is them done. So we're just going to put these over there. And now we've got our black base. So the black base is actually quite simple. I have taped up the 2 sides for now. So I can't completely put it all the way over the edge, but we just need something for the paint to glide across. So that's why we do a black base. Well, you can do any color base, but the black will show up in the negative space parts. So I think the black would actually give me quite good contrast. So that's why I've done that one. Now I'm going to keep that one black cup aside. Oops. Just in case I have to touch up where the tape is. But ultimately, we just need to coat this canvas in paint. I'm going to tilt because I've got the side barriers on. You'll probably tilt over all of the canvas anyway. So you probably don't have to pour exactly over the sides with the base coat. You just want something for the paint to glide across when you do the rings, otherwise the rings will go a little bit out of shape. Alright, there's enough paint here. I'm going to just tilt over a tiny little bit. Doesn't matter if there's a couple of patches that don't get the paint on it. Where were those imperfections? So when you're tilting it, also look to see if you can see any clumps. doesn't seem to be one. The paint just wasn't moving the best in that one spot. Alrighty. Now just bring the paint back down so it's nice and even. So you could just spread this around with a palette knife like I have done in the past, but there was enough paint there I could actually done the tilting, so I did. Okay. Awesome. Simple enough. Now we're just going to do the kiss part. So we're going to get 1 cup of the purple and 1 cup of the orange side. Am I centered? Yep. And then we're just going to do a kiss pour. So the middle is probably going to be the easiest one to do first. I'm going to torch this quickly. Just to make sure that the bubbles are out of the black. Cool. So we're just going to get a cup of each, and we are just going to make the paints kiss each other as they come out the cup. Now watch your cups, don't watch your canvas. So they're kissing, they're coming out. Oops. Keep it steady. I might just do a slight little rotation. Rotate back and the other way. Just keep the paints kissing. If you feel that they're going to start dripping, close the cups together and move them away. So you do end up with a little bit of paint left at the bottom, but yeah, the red looks like it's taken over a little bit in that one, but so has the purple on that side. So sometimes things happen. All right, now we're going to do another kiss on this side. So again, keep your cup steady. I'm going to start on this upwards angle. Kissing while they're pouring, and I'm just rotating slightly while I'm doing this. Try and keep a steady stream, but sometimes it's not always as easy as you think. They started separating, so the stream stopped being a straight stream, so I quickly grabbed the cups and got them out of the way. Now for the last one. Again, just start kissing the paint. Sorry if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. Alright, that's separated. Cool. And I got a black line in between the two puddles, which is good because that would give me a black line around my pour. Like kind of make the rings look a little bit separate. I could have put gloves on earlier, but I'm just putting them on now because I remembered. So I don't over tilt when I do these. I find you can actually make things a bit go a bit chaotic. I'm going to take my tape off now because the only reason I had it is so I didn't lose the ends while I was pouring. So when that one was settling in and pouring that one, I didn't want to lose the end. But I am going to torch it. Just to make sure I get rid of any of those bubbles in those rings. So I was expecting more orange and yellow to come through, and same with the two purples, but that might happen as we stretch it. So let's just take off this masking tape side catcher. So I just put them on those two sides. Place them down there. Yeah, the paint's already wanting to go over the edges. And now we're just going to start moving the paint around a bit. So I always try and go up to the furthest away corner first. Go over a bit. And then I'm coming back down to the opposite side. Alright, that's going over. I'm not going to tilt too much further that way for the moment. That's where a lot of my actual effects are. So I'm bringing it back up to the middle. And then I'm going to go off to this corner, which is going to change the pattern a bit, but that's okay. I want to go all the way, and then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to come back to this last corner. Okay, slow down paint. Okay, gonna go off that corner a little bit to get rid of some of that red, and then come back. And now's just the part where you just tilt it to the way that you want it. I'm probably not going to go the other angle. I'm probably going to keep it on this angle I've got it going. I'm going to go back down and tip a bit more off this end. Just a bit on all colours. Okay, now coming back. So see, I'm keeping that same 45-degree angle. If I go the other way, I'm going to change the pattern too much. So just stretching it up and then stretching it back down again. Just trying to emphasize those lines a little bit more. Bring them out, fan them out a little bit, as they say. Now, I am getting those black reactions again. See how I'm getting the like little cells that are coming up? That seems to be happening with this black a lot lately. It seems to be the black paint that is doing it to me. I don't mind it, but if you don't want that, it didn't used to happen with the Mont Black that I used, but this last couple of bottles have been doing it. Now I'm just checking my very corners. And just dabbing a bit of paint onto those, and double check your sides while you're at it to make sure they're completely covered. I can't see that last corner. Yep, I need a little bit there. I'm going to have to just move my canvas a bit so I can get my hand back there. There we go. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what else I can do without altering the picture a lot. I'm just going to run my finger down underneath to get rid of those drips. So just running my finger underneath the lip of the canvas, not on the side, but only on the bottom, just to get rid of the drips that are still dripping, because they'll keep pulling off more paint. But yeah, see, I'm getting the cells on this edge too, where the paint's getting stretched, and I've got it on that far, the closest one to you. Little bit on the sides, not a lot. If I try and tilt the canvas that way, the opposite 45s, the rings are going to go really out of shape. It might emphasize these points, the colors a bit more, but I think I will do more damage than good, and that's what sometimes you have to say, nah, I'm going to lose more than I'm not going to lose. So I'm taking my gloves off because I'm done tilting, but I am going to get my tweezers out again, because there's something right here. It's a hair. I was going to cut my hair this morning, but I thought I'll wait till actually I finish my artwork, because that can cause problems. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. I probably was expecting a bit more of the orange and the yellow and the light purple to kind of come through. It's kind of kept the heavier, darker colours, but that may change as it dries. It might not. We will just have to wait and see. So I'm just going to give it a quick little torch. This last torch isn't 100% necessary. I just want to make sure that I've got rid of bubbles, but it will also create some little specks where the paint underneath shines through where the bubbles have been popped. So keep that in mind. But nice bold colour shift virtually from the red to the purple side. So it's got that heavier warm look to it because of the red side, but then it's also got a softer tone with the purple. Some of these rings have come up a lot, probably more defined than others. This side here has really kind of come through nicely on both, where you've got the nice streaks that run through. The middle one, it doesn't get the chance to do as much stretching because the other sides are kind of pushing against it all the time. It doesn't actually stretch as much. And then this side again, I've got nice lines coming through here and then over that way. They're kind of gone on a more of a 45-degree angle, more than these ones here that have stayed in that flowy form. But that's absolutely fine to me. That's what I like about art. You can plan for a picture, but you don't always get exactly what you have in your brain. And that's the fun and interesting part. And see across the bottom, I've got these black cells that are coming up and across the edges there. So I got those in the other two that I did as well. But I also had the black mont as a base. So maybe if I change the color as a base color, I may not get that. I'm not 100% sure. It does add some interest to it, but. So really, there's not much more I can do about this apart from bring you down for a close-up. But we have got some nice colourful streaks that are running through even in this centre part. And some people modify the centre before they start tilting. I worry I'm going to mess it up, so I usually don't do that. I just go with the flow. Now, you do have leftover paint in these cups. If you have coasters or anything, you can paint on them with that. Just because when you do the kiss pour, you can't get the bottom part out while it's still kissing. It will end up being a puddle of purple and a puddle of red instead of them being that joined part that you get. Alright, I'm going to pause it and bring you down for a close-up. And there we are, with the stupid lights reflecting. I'll turn them off. So I've got to reach at them one by one without knocking anything over. Okay, there we go. So let me adjust this colouring. Try and get it closer to what I see. That's probably more likely what I see. It's really hard, so the camera doesn't always pick up blue tones or red tones in the same fashion. So when you got them in the same artwork, it can come out a little bit different looking in the camera than it does in real life. But I'm really pleased with this. So nice and bold. I'm probably going to have less red. I was worried about the orange because orange takes over, but the red has decided to be what I call the bully in this. But that's all right. Even though that was not that was probably the last color I had. So the last colors kind of come out. So maybe if I did 3 layers instead of 2 and do a smaller amount, it may actually come out a bit more different. But let's spin the camera. Here we go. Look at these. The lines that are coming through and stretching into each other. They're really cool. This one here, still got them, but it just doesn't do it as much with that middle one. And here's the last one. And see how it looks blue in the camera? It's not, it's purple. It's not picking up the 2 different tones, but look at all that kind of cool effects. There's the black cells that are decided to appear on the edges. I think it kind of frames it a little bit because it only does it on the edges. But yeah. So I hope you guys like this. I do enjoy these. I think these actually have a bit of interest to them. And I think they're actually going a different angle to what my other ones are. But yeah, so let me know what you think. So comment, like, share the video, and subscribe if you have not already. Just hit the bell and click all. And I'll see you guys soon for another pour. Have a great day. Bye.